Anderson Silva will go down as arguably the greatest fighter to ever battle in the UFC, but a vicious leg injury threatened to end his career as he aimed to get his middleweight title back. Silva returns to the octagon at UFC 183 to take on Nick Diaz, who will absolutely match Silva in the trash talk and came out of retirement for this big money showdown. The welterweights and middleweights will also take part on the main portion of this pay-per-view card, but the women might be the biggest attraction following the main event. Silva is 33-6 and was stunned by Chris Weidman, then snapped his leg against Weidman's shin in the rematch last December. It has been a long road for Silva, whose Muay Thai striking is legendary and inspired 205-pound King John Jones, but he can also go to the mat if he has to. Diaz, who is 26-9, is well versed on the ground, but he has lost his last two fights, albeit to Georges St. Pierre and Carlos Condit. He hasn't fought since March of 2013. Diaz's best bet might be to take this match to the ground, as his volume style of striking requires someone to stand in front of him, and Silva's movement is unrivaled. Tyrone Woodley is 14-3 and bounced back from a loss to Rory McDonald by knocking out Dong Hyun Kim in China, while he has 5 knockouts along with 5 submissions. It is all set up by a top-notch wrestling game that is equal parts power and technique. Gastelum, who is 10-0, has shown that he is no joke either, submitting Jake Ellenberger in his last fight, and he earned a split decision over Uriah Hall to win the Ultimate Fighter 17. It'll be interesting to see where this fight ends up, as Woodley has to be careful about falling into submission attempt when he tries to take Gastelum to the mat. Miesha Tate is 15-5 and has won her last 2 since losing to Ronda Rousey for the second time. A win here would probably put her near the front of the line for another shot at the champion, who takes on Kat Zingano at UFC 184. Ironically, Tate got her second shot at Rousey after losing to Zingano, who blew her knee out before meeting the champ. McCann is 8-1 and would love another crack at Rousey after losing to her in UFC 170, but she rebounded to eke out a split decision over Lauren Murphy. Tate, a former Strikeforce champion, may have some trouble taking McCann to the ground, as she is an excellent wrestler and McCann can definitely handle herself on the ground. Joe Lauzon is 24-9, has won 2 in a row, and is one of the top submission artists in the history of the UFC. 6 times Lauzon has won the Submission of the Night honors, and his 13 bonuses are the best ever in the UFC. Iaquinta, at 10-3-1, has also won 2 in a row, both by knockout, and he is much better with his hands than on the mat. It'll be smart if Iaquinta keeps this match standing up, because going to the mat with Lauzon could spell trouble. Don't forget that the Bang the Book Betting Center is your best resource for information before you make your weekly assault on the sportsbooks.